Hashtag Taiwan can help. And of course, we're talking about the fight against the new coronavirus, COVID-19. I'm Andrew Ryan.
I'm Natalie So. Let's first take a look at the stories on our radar.
Many countries are struggling to keep on top of the COVID-19 outbreak, but Taiwan has managed to keep the number of confirmed cases to just 49. 30 of those cases are active. Taiwan has evacuated more of its citizens from Wuhan after a month of back and forth with Chinese officials. 2 charter flights carried 361 passengers, arriving in Taiwan late Tuesday and early Wednesday. The passengers are now in quarantine for 14 days. The opposition KMT has sworn in a new party chair, legislator Ing-wen, who says he will reform the party. Jiang won with over 2/3 of the vote and is the first lawmaker to concurrently serve as KMT chairman. Taiwan's top research institute has developed a rapid COVID-19 test that delivers results in 15 minutes. That's down from the 4 hours the current test takes. Researchers finished their work in just 19 days, months ahead of schedule. And under the radar this week, an unexpected trend spurred on by COVID-19, a rise in the number of outdoor weddings. There's nowhere better ventilated than the great outdoors, but people with hay fever might want to sit these weddings out, just to avoid any awkward misunderstandings.
And now for our word of the week. Ready, Andrew?
Yes. Let's see. Haberdashery. Hello Kitty.
Hello, Kitty.
Helpful.
Helpful, yes. So while a lot of people are nervous about COVID-19, we're going to be sharing about what has been helpful in Taiwan in containing the outbreak. And also, I'll be sharing about the 30th anniversary of a student movement that was very helpful in ushering in democracy in Taiwan.
Great word. And you're a helpful person, so I like the helpful word. Yes.
Nice to know.
Ready for my word?
Yes.
All right.
Panama? Pandemic. Oh.
That's right. Recently we heard that the WHO is now calling it a pandemic.
Finally?
Finally. Actually, just last week, experts in Taiwan had called on the WHO to refer to it as such. Pandemic means that there is an international outbreak of COVID-19. But don't worry, we have some tips for how Taiwan can help.
That's
and
right.
We're going to be talking about some of Taiwan's successes in today's Taiwan Explained.
Okay, let's put these on the shelf. Plus, do you know where this is? One of Taiwan's most famous temples is going to stop allowing people to burn incense as an offering, beginning Friday, March 13th. The reason? It's bad for the environment. Where in Taiwan is this? We'll have the answer for you at the end of the show.
In the past week, there have been a lot of stories in the international media about how Taiwan, which is right next door to China, has so far only seen several dozen cases of COVID-19.
Let's have a look at some of those headlines. How to control the spread of coronavirus. Lessons from Taiwan.
Taipei seems to have the virus in hand. Now I worry about returning to the UK.
What Taiwan can teach the world.
Taiwan sets the gold standard on epidemic response.
Taiwan has millions of visitors from China and only 45 cases. Here's how.
Now that last headline was from a couple days ago, so the situation has changed slightly. However, it remains mostly the same. So what are some of the measures that Taiwan is using to keep us safe from COVID-19? That's the subject of today's Taiwan Explained. Taiwan is located right next door to China, and every year millions of people travel between the two countries. And yet, Taiwan has managed to keep COVID-19 at bay. In today's Taiwan Explained, I'm going to be talking about some of the secrets to Taiwan's success.
Okay, you have 60 seconds. Are you ready?
I think so.
Alrighty, go.
All right. Taiwan has a National Health Command Center. The health minister gives daily briefings, so there are unified and transparent messages, and all of the latest numbers are available online. Taiwan acted very quickly to secure its borders. On December 31st, they began checking passengers on planes from Wuhan. Taiwan was one of the first countries to institute travel bans. Officials moved quickly to track all of the contacts of people who fell ill and to quarantine them and test them for free. Face masks play a very important role in Taiwan. Now they've started rationing masks, boosting production, and now moving sales online. They're using big data in clever ways, like creating real-time maps of places to buy medical supplies, sending text message alerts about places that cruise ship passengers visited, and linking travel history to national health insurance cards to facilitate diagnosis. They're using smartphones and video conferencing to monitor people in quarantine, and they've set up hotlines so that people can report their symptoms.
Very good, Andrew.
Thank you, Natalie.
We've done a lot, haven't we?
Yes, we've done a lot.
And I know that, because we've had experience with SARS, the people and the government, so we acted quickly. We're used to wearing masks, so I think that's helped too, our past experience.
Absolutely. The government is prepared. The people know what it's like. I'm not going to say that people didn't panic a little bit, but mostly, people have been on board with this. Now, I wanted to talk about that National Health Command Center. They started that in 2004 after the SARS outbreak in 2003. Also, in just 5 weeks, they managed to roll out 124 action plans and implement them, at least 124 action plans. And that includes all kinds of things. That includes things like special budgets for businesses and for people who are in quarantine, delaying school, also fines for people who violate quarantine or for spreading disinformation. I think the key is that Taiwan has the SARS experience. They know that they can't rely on China or the WHO for help, especially the WHO because Taiwan's not a member. So Taiwan's largely had to fend for itself.
Right. And the health minister says that we actually do need to keep on fighting. It's not over yet, and we need to. The next 3 months will be key, actually.
Absolutely.
So we've got to fight until it's over.
Keep going. That's right.
So that is Taiwan Explained for the week. We used to see people line up for the latest food crazes, but these days people are lining up for face masks. Now recently, President Ing-wen visited a pharmacy to take an inside look.
通常交给我们健保卡之后呢，我们由 VPN 的这个界面我们会去先做资格的审核。那程式真的写得很好啊，很人性化，所以还蛮直觉性的。当审核了这个资格，它的身份证的末码是不是符合领取的条件之后呢，那它会自动设定片数。所以设定片数之后，我们只要按购买，那它只要确定购买，这样子就可以了。
那他怎么是？他会帮你确认说他7天之内有没有来重复买？
会。如果说呢，他今天7天之内呢，他有来重复购买的话，他到时候他会跳出一个警示框，告诉你说，这位先生或小姐，他可能在几号的时候，他在哪个地方，他会在这个地方他都会秀出来，几号什么时间，对。对，那他因为都有做好配发给我们，那我们消毒完之后，我们就是一个信封袋，开始1人3片，然后3片把它放进去，这样就可以了。小姐。
防疫都是在
最流行的就是睡觉了，
还是要休息啊。只是他们任务接到的时候，他就
我看网友大部分都是叫你们去睡觉。
我们不讲。
而且排队，我就负责在外面叫他们不要那么早来排队。从2个多小时，现在加倍量以后，我就叫不要那么早。现在大概半个小时前才开始排队。
这算是台北一个蛮温馨的区哦。这一阵子要是辛苦了，这算是做社会公益。
照顾自己的身体哦，进来这个。
Now, the process of getting a face mask is going to get a lot easier very soon. The government has begun testing an online version that will save you the wait. We're going to move on now to a video that lies at the intersection of hand washing and hip hop.
This is Korean pop star Zico and his hit, Any Song. A lot of people have been dancing along with it, and now a doctor in Taiwan has joined in to promote the 7 steps to washing your hands. You start off by washing your palms, then the back of your hands, then interlace your fingers, clasp your hands, wash around your thumbs, wash your fingertips in your palms, and don't forget your wrists. This is the doctor in the video, Dr. Zhang Ji-chang.
I try to find a light-hearted way to teach it.
He says washing your hands is key, and he wants to show people how.
Did you know that the flu, the stomach flu, and all types of pneumonia can be avoided by washing your hands? And I like to listen to music.
Dr. Zhang loves listening to hip-hop, and he hopes this infectious beat can help the steps to proper hand washing catch on too. Hey, Andrew, you want to practice?
Okay. All right, Mr.
Okay.
DJ, hit the beat.
Let's go. First, you wash your palms, then you wash the back of your hands, then you interlace your fingers, wash in between your fingers, then you clasp your hands and wash your fingertips, then around your thumbs, and then your fingertips in your palms, and then you wash your wrists. And you're done.
All right, everybody, so stay clean and do it with a beat.
This week on Hashtag Taiwan, Natalie and Andrew, I want to talk about friendliness. Now, everybody likes a friendly person, and that's why anytime I meet somebody new, I like to extend my hand and offer them a nice firm handshake. But in this day and age with the COVID-19 outbreak, offering someone your hand might seem more off-putting than it is friendly. That's why people are looking for alternative ways to say hello. You know what? Heck, even President Ing-wen was caught clasping her own hands to greet AIT Chairman James Moriarty. Now look at them. There's a very clear agreement there. They're not going to...
I see some social distance.
Is that 1 meter?
Cheerful social distance, right? And friendly social distance.
Right. But you got to realize personal contact and limiting personal contact plays hugely into preventing COVID-19. And that's why on the internet, you'll see comics like this circulating. Now, this one comes from the National University of Singapore Yong-Lu Lin School of Medicine. In this comic, they say instead of shaking hands, you can just wave to your friend. You can do the Tai Wai, which is a little bit of bow and holding your hands together. You can do the elbow. Natalie, can I borrow your elbow very quickly? Or you can do the foot shake. And Natalie, there we go. Those are the foot shake, right? So these are some alternative ways to say hello. And you know what? I got a personal horse in this race. Leslie Liao Pick of the Week comes from my friend who's a medical worker in the U.S. Her name is Phoebe, and in her spare time, she likes to draw medical-related cartoon strips.
Cool.
That's right.
That's fun.
And her cartoon is called Legit Alternatives to the Handshake. In it, she offers the Asian bow, you know, or the Indian namaste.
Namaste.
The presidential bump, and you can see...
But that's a little bit, you still get the...
Well, you don't scratch your face with
Okay,
your
we don't get the
fist, right?
fingertips, right?
Or, my personal favorite, you can use the finger singers, which I call finger guns and have been using for years.
Pew,
Looking
pew.
good, Andrew.
Pew, pew.
Looking good. Hey! But you got to realize the way we gesture plays hugely important in this COVID-19 outbreak. And one gesture that was popular in years past is the dab. It's a dance move, and it looks like this. I can't believe I just did that. And if 1 year ago you told me, Leslie, the dab is going to be hugely important in preventing a virus that's going to rival the impact of SARS, I would tell you to get out and take whatever cult pamphlets you have with you. I'm not joining that cult, Andrew. I'm not joining it. But you got to realize the dab has actually made government literature, you guys, and that's my gospel.
Really? Let's take a look. Oh,
wow,
cool,
look
man.
at that.
That's how you sneeze, right?
Yeah. So the Ministry of Health and Welfare says if you cough or sneeze, strike a pose and dab, just like this. I'm utterly speechless. I got nothing
Too much coughing
for
in
it.
here now.
Oh man, I had no idea we'd be dabbing in today's show. All right, well that's this week's Hashtag Taiwan. Be sure to connect with us on social media.
In today's Taiwan by Number, we're going to talk about the Wild Lily student movement that is celebrating its 30th anniversary this month. It is a movement of students who protested for democracy, and it started on March 16th. So it helped usher in democracy in Taiwan. Let me ask you guys the first question. How many days did the protest last?
Ooh. I feel like you know this one.
I think I have a good idea. I think it was like maybe a week.
A week? So that's 7 days?
I'm going to say 7 days.
I was going to say a week also.
Okay, well, let's take a look at the answer.
All right.
You guys are close.
Wow.
It's 6 days, and that is the protest.
Look at
so
that.
Thousands of people, and it had the support of media and society. And it's also happening right when President Lee Teng-hui became president. At that time, he was elected by the National Assembly. So right after he became president, on the 21st, he met with about 50-some students at the presidential building. Now, how many demands did those students have?
Ooh. I have actually no idea. This is going to be a total shot in the dark.
You go for it.
100.
100? That's a lot.
That's
like an action plan for COVID-19, right?
I'd say like 14.
14?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at the answer.
Oh.
4. Okay, let me tell you what they were. Re-establish a new National Assembly, re-establish constitutional order, hold a national affairs conference, and set a timetable for democratic reform.
Well, I mean, like you could like take 100 and reduce them down to 4.
Right, these are like the next step kind of things,
Right.
And actually, President Lee did all of them.
Wow.
And the next year, he dismissed the National Assembly, and there was an election for a new one. Now, they had called it the 10,000-year National Assembly. How many years were they in their seats before they elected them that year?
Ooh. How many years were they in their seats before they got reelected? Or
not reelected. They had a new election in 1991.
91.
It was the first direct election in Taiwan.
Well,
of the
can I say forever? Like
forever? No. I mean, how many years though?
There's the terms.
Yeah,
okay.
It started at some point. It didn't start when they're babies or something.
Like, I don't know. You go first.
I think it's like 20-something, 22?
I'm going to say like 8 years.
Okay, let's take a look at the answer.
43.
Whoa.
43.
See, that's what I meant by forever.
Yeah, it started actually like in China. So 43 years. And so he ushered in the first National Assembly elections. And also, after he finished his term in 1996, he also ushered in the first democratic presidential elections, President Lee Teng-hui.
And he won.
And he won too, he got reelected.
Yeah.
So that's the significance of the Wild Lily student movement. It helped usher in direct elections in Taiwan.
That's fantastic. I love those old pictures where you see all the people in there. They're at the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial.
That was the protest.
It's incredible. And so many things came out of that. Music, like a very popular music that was written by the protesters.
And people also contrast that with Tiananmen Square, whereas that's when we had democracy and they were suppressed. So.
And that was just the year before.
Right.
So this happened in 1990 in Taiwan, and it happened in 1989 in Tiananmen Square. 2 different places went 2 separate routes.
Right. That was 30 years ago this week. That's Taiwan by number. And now for our Taiwan Insider lightning round, a news quiz. I'm going to quiz my co-hosts Andrew and Leslie, and you can play along at home if you'd like. So you guys are going to have 60 seconds to guess as many questions about recent news as you can in 60 seconds. Okay?
All right. Yep.
So are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, go. People say that new KMT chairman Zhang Qi-chun represents a new generation of leadership. How old is he?
53.
47.
Nope, 48. The National Concert Hall canceled performances because a musician who performed there tested positive for COVID-19. What country was he from?
Australia.
Good. Which Taiwanese tennis player is now the top in the world in women's doubles?
Shisui.
Good. Taiwan is first in Asia in the percentage of lawmakers of women. What percentage are women?
43%.
What?
43.
42.
Oh,
sorry, that didn't count.
No
According to a recent survey, how many percentage of women in Taiwan have been sexually harassed, either verbally and or physically at work?
45.
Pass.
66%.
Yeah.
How many masks will Taiwan be making per day next week?
10 million.
Good.
That's
Why
good.
is Taiwan's metro going to start
ding?
using
Give us a ding.
thermographic cameras at busy stations?
What?
Metro
4.
stations. Okay, one bonus
6.
question.
Sorry, was it 6? No. Was it 6?
You're
No.
keeping track.
No, how many stations? Was it 4? Was it 6?
No, not how many stations. Why are they going to use thermographic cameras at metro stations?
COVID-19.
Fevers?
That's right, fevers. And I want
Yay.
to give you guys a bonus question.
Okay.
Okay. A 1 meter long pet blank was found in a gutter on Tuesday. What kind of animal was that?
Pet snake?
No.
A meter
goes a
long?
meter?
A
Yeah.
lizard.
What but a snake?
A crocodile.
A crocodile.
A crocodile. Okay, this crocodile was given to the owner's grandpa 15 years ago. It never ran away except for last year in a flood.
Oh my goodness.
And then you can see the picture right now that the district city council chairman posted on Facebook of this crocodile they caught, and he is warning people, take good care of your pets, especially if they're dangerous, like this one.
I mean, clearly.
Meter-long crocodile. I don't mess with no meter-long crocodile.
No.
So how many did you guys get? 6?
Well, do we want to count the last one with the subway and the COVID?
Yeah, that counts. That counts.
We got 4.
4. Okay.
4? That's
You guys can do
terrible.
better next time, right? We've got to play again next time.
Wait,
You guys
there's
want to play again?
There's going to be a next time? Yes,
Okay.
we should definitely do this.
We'll play again next week. then.
All right.
That's our news quiz for the week.
And finally today, where in Taiwan? Now at the top of the show, we showed you a photo and asked if you knew where it was. Let's take one more look at that photo.
This is one of the oldest and most popular temples in Taiwan, starting on Friday, March 13th. It's rolling out a complete ban on burning incense.
So where in Taiwan is this? Let's have a look at the answer.
This is Longshan Temple in Taipei's Wanhua district. It was built nearly 300 years ago by settlers from Fujian province in southeastern China. The temple has altars for several deities, including Guanyin, the goddess of mercy, and Mazu, the goddess of the sea. And pilgrims have kept the incense burning for centuries as an offering to the gods. In 2017, the temple cut back on the burning of incense in order to reduce air pollution because it's a major source of PM 2.5. Now, in light of COVID-19, the temple is banning incense altogether starting on March 13th to protect not only the environment, but also the health of visitors.
We hope you enjoyed this inside look at Taiwan this week. Be sure to connect with us on social media.
Yes, and leave a comment below. We would love to hear from you. For Taiwan Insider, I am Natalie So.
I'm Leslie Liao.
And I'm Andrew Ryan. See you next week.